Do 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 Two brain cell and a mic. We're thinking out loud, but it's not too bright. Hosted by Cat and Tez, alright, it's two brain cells and a mic.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
This is Kat.
And this is Tez.
Welcome back, and let's get straight back into it because we're still here. We're in New York. We are just chatting about what we were chatting about last episode, but in more detail.
Exactly. So a lot of time, as you know, we spent at the Mad Donkey, and it became our local very quickly. Whenever we were done exploring or shopping or doing whatever we were doing in New York City, we would return, hotel, freshen up, do whatever, and then we go back to the Mad Donkey.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mad Donkey. If you're ever in the area, I do highly recommend checking it out.
Yes.
It's in Astoria. I think it's on like 43rd Street, maybe. Don't quote me. Look it up. Google it, please, because don't listen to me. I just made that up, actually. I don't know. It might be. I think. I don't know. But yeah, it's the Mad Donkey Bar and Grill. You literally cannot knock it. It's the best. And one of the days we were there, we decided that we should probably not spend every waking moment of our holiday
Yeah.
at the Mad Donkey drinking haterades and docu-readers. So we went around to check out what else Astoria had to offer, which is fucking heaps. Honestly, if I had my way and I was moving to New York, I would want to live in Astoria. I
Same.
just think it's the best place ever.
Yeah.
So we did a little bar crawl up and down the main street where all of the bars and the restaurants are and stuff.
Yeah.
And we happened upon a bar called Veronica's. So we go in. We've still got our friend with us at this point. He hasn't gone to Seattle, and his dad is just back at the hotel doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah. And at Veronica's, we met this guy, bless his soul, nicest guy ever. He was so excited to meet Australian people. And we were just chatting like for the longest time about music. We're talking about food and drink, just everything, like life in general. And he was really excited because he was telling us that it was his 50th birthday coming up, and he was really excited because having a big birthday party there at the bar. And he asked if we wanted to go there and like be there for his birthday. And we're like, yeah, of course we'll come to your birthday. And honestly, he didn't have high hopes. He must have just thought, oh yeah, cool, they come, great. They don't, whatever. You could tell he was quite skeptical. And he didn't think we were going to show up.
Yeah. And anyway, we stick to our fucking word.
Of
And
course.
his birthday rolls around. It's the night before our friend has to leave, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you listen to the last episode, you know exactly where this is going. But we headed round to the local store. We bought a big bunch of flowers with a card. Our
Yeah.
friend had brought a Polaroid camera, so we took a little picture of all three of us and we stuck it in the
Yeah.
card, wrote him a cute little note, and we put it in the flowers and we head down to the bar. Swear to God, I think we made his entire fucking year. It
I
was
think so.
actually so sweet and so wholesome. He was
It
so
was,
happy.
I know, it was so cute. I'm glad we made it. It was such a good night. We'll have to see if we can find some of the pictures and post them on Instagram because I'm pretty sure we got that entire bar in a Polaroid picture. It was fucking great.
Yeah, and funnily enough, we're actually still friends with him to this day. We have him on Facebook. We message him a couple times back and forth throughout the year. And we actually have plans to meet up with him again in a couple months.
Yeah.
And yeah, when we go back to New York, I think he's making plans for 4th of July because we're going to be there
Ooh,
during then.
yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. But we also made friends with a bartender. Well, somebody made more friends than the rest of us, but
Look, I'm gonna be blatantly honest here. What happened that night with the bartender was not at all planned. In fact, it was not how I expected my first time to, go. I won't go into too much detail, and hopefully you can pick up what I'm throwing down. But I'll just leave you all with this. Romantic music? Nice smelling candles and rose petals? No. No. Just a dirty old alley out of sight from the world.
anyway, the birthday party, the bartender, the birthday,
Wow.
God.
Can you speak?
Anyway, the birthday party was fucking huge, and I ended up going back to our friend's hotel, that night. It was a fucking crazy night. I'm not going into detail about that because my mum listens to this podcast. But of course, Taz and I had fucking plans the next day to
Yes,
be
we
on a
did.
fucking bus for 2.5 hours because, of course, we do that stuff. Anyway, she texted me because obviously we went home separately. She texted me, I'm going to bed, I'm setting my alarm, don't forget we need to be at the bus station for 7 a.m. So, like, you need to be back here with me
Mm-hmm.
at this time. And I was like, yep,
Yes.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to be there. Honestly, the drugs hit hard. And yeah, I had no sleep at all. I actually had to stop what I was doing, like, midway through and leave because it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? It's been
Yeah.
too long. I gotta go. So
Yeah.
yeah, I literally just like fucking ran out the door. Walked into the hotel and you turn around and you're like, damn, I wasn't expecting you to show up. And I'm like, nah, bitch,
I
I'm here.
really wasn't, because I had gone home early that night because I just wasn't feeling well. And I said, look, I'm gonna go like early. Like, please don't come with me. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to miss out. Like, go, do have fun, be safe, whatever. But just remember, you have to be back here by 7 because we are going. I don't know where we're going. I can't remember. We're going somewhere, so please be back. Yeah, no worries, I will. Yes.
Philadelphia.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, and I remember like my alarm had gone off and I'm like, oh, she's not here. Okay. And I start getting like, get up, get dressed. I see you walk through the door, you're like, hey, I'm here. I'm like, whoa. I'm guessing you just got back.
You're like, you look like shit. And I was like, thanks, let's go.
Let's go. Look, needless to say, we had some very interesting stories to tell each other on the bus ride. Good job we had interesting stories because the bus like was taking us to Philadelphia. And look, I think it was just a spur of the moment thing, kind of like, oh, what's close to New York? Philadelphia. I haven't been there. Let's
We
go check
just
it
wanted
out.
to see, like, we just wanted to get as much in as we
Yeah.
could, and we just wanted to, like, see some other places. So we thought, let's just take a day trip to Philadelphia. Why were we going to Philadelphia? Good fucking question. Chat, listeners, audience. Yeah, look, I don't know why we picked that. I thought it might have been fun to like go up the Rocky stairs and go to the Rocky statue, like punch the air and do all that fun shit. But we didn't do any of that stuff because Philadelphia fucking sucked.
Look,
Honestly.
and it did, and maybe
Sorry if you're from Philadelphia and sorry if it doesn't
couldn't
suck. We
say
just
it.
obviously weren't having a great time.
No, I was just gonna exactly just took the words right out of my mouth. I was just gonna say like nothing against
Must have
Philadelphia.
been while
Maybe
you were kissing me. Sorry, go ahead. You just got that song stuck in my head. Sorry.
um, fuck, I forgot where I was. No, keep singing. That was good. No, anyway, yeah, we like. I know people live in Philadelphia, and I'm sure it's a very lovely place and whatever. And we're not being rude. It's just for some reason it just wasn't a vibe for us. We like took 2 steps off the bus, and we immediately wanted to just get back on the bus and go back to New York. I just look. This is gonna sound really rude, but I don't know how an entire place can smell like piss, but it did, and it wasn't even hot, but it was just yuck.
Yeah, it really was, and we were fucking starving at that point because like I said, I literally I went and picked you up. We went straight to the bus station. We got on the bus. We drove on the bus for 2.5 hours. Like we literally didn't have even time to like stop and do anything. So we were fucking
Mm-hmm.
starving at this point.
Mm.
So I'm like, look, let's just find somewhere for lunch. Let's try and make the most of what time we have here. We walked up
Mm.
and down this fucking, I don't know, maybe the bus station's just in a shit spot. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But we tried to like go on Google Maps and like find a restaurant nearby or a bar or something. And nothing was coming up. We couldn't find anything. We walked around and it just seemed like dead ends everywhere we fucking went. And I don't know, maybe the place just didn't put its best foot forward, or we didn't give it enough time. But we ended up going to this dumpling place. This like weird fucking little. It was. I don't even. How do you even explain it? It was like a street, but it was like also like an alley, and there was like a
Yeah.
bridge that went across. That was like a shopping complex type of
Mm.
thing. Anyway, there was this little fucking dumpling place underneath. We went there. They were really fucking expensive. They were like the most expensive dumplings I've ever had, and they were fucking mediocre. They were shit, mediocre, expensive dumplings. And I'm actually getting re-annoyed by this. I didn't realize how much it annoyed me, and now that I'm actually like talking about it again, I'm realizing how annoyed I was by those dumplings, and maybe that is what contributed to me hating Philadelphia so much. But fuck me, those dumplings were shit, and they cost so much money. They were like $25 or like $30 for like dumplings, you know?
Dang it. Triggered by
And they
some
were shit. They were
dumplings.
shit, undercooked, fucking crappy. They weren't even like soupy on the end. They were shit dumplings.
Okay, clearly
I'm
you're triggered
re-annoyed.
by some
I'm annoyed
fucking
by it again.
dumplings. I honestly don't even remember them that much. Like clearly you do.
Mm.
I just remember I remember being at that dumpling place, and it wasn't the greatest. I think after we like had a tiny bit of it, just like, can we just go back? So we went back to, I think, the same train station where we got to Philadelphia, and we're like, hey, so we have these tickets like for like, late in the afternoon. Is there any way we can get back on the bus and go home?
Yeah. So
But
that
like
was
that
the end
was
of the
really
Philadelphia trip. We didn't do any of the things we intended. We didn't see
no.
any of it at all. We saw a fucking alley and some shit dumplings. And then we
But not
left.
only that though, do you remember like when we got to the train station, we were waiting for hours to get on the bus?
No, we weren't waiting for hours. For hours. Do you mean in New York?
No, wasn't this? No, sorry, in New York. Yeah, I mean, like when we're going to go to Philadelphia, we're sitting like on the floor, and our bus was
Yeah,
delayed to take us to.
it was like 45 minutes late, the bus.
Oh, but it was so long, and I think it was like we'd like getting to the point where we're
I
like, you
feel
know what?
like that put us in a bad mood again.
Yeah.
And I feel like because the bus was supposed to leave at 7, I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
And it got to like 7:48, and I was like, if the bus isn't here at 7:50, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And at
Literally.
7:50, at 7:49, it pulled up, and we were like, oh, lucky.
Mm, no, not like.
Well, not lucky. We should have just fucking left, honestly, and not got on the fucking bus. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what yeah, look, maybe like I said, maybe it didn't put its best foot forward. Maybe we weren't giving it enough time, or
Yeah.
we didn't put enough effort into like, you know,
I think it was just bad timing. I'm sure Philadelphia's really nice, and there's other. I don't know. I just think it was bad timing, but
maybe one
definitely.
day we'll give it another shot and we'll try again with Philadelphia.
Yeah, I agree.
But now one of the other nights, I also remember we were just sort of like jamming around Astoria up and down the bar scene on the main
Mm.
street. And I remember we came across this guy who was like very odd, honestly,
Mm.
actually. He was acting very nice and whatever, but then we wanted to go get some food. We did end up going, I actually do remember, we did go end up getting food with him. We went to a pizza place, remember?
Yeah, I do. I do.
And then, like, much later in the night, I think I was hungry again. I was like, I'm just going to go get some food from around the corner because there was another place around the corner that I wanted to go
Yeah.
to. And I was kind of just like thinking about it all night. And I was like, look, I'm going to go get some food.
Yeah.
He came with me and then was like, hey, why don't we just go back to your hotel instead? And I was like, no, I'm getting food. What do you fucking mean? And he was like, oh, yeah, but, like, oh, we could go, like, we could have gone back to my place. It's just around the corner and I could have made you some food. But, like, we can't because, like, I'm living with my grandma at the moment and I'm, like, caring for her and whatever. And he was, like, saying all this random shit. And I was like, what are you talking? Like, I'm literally just going to get food. Like, I don't know what you think this is or, like, what is, like, I don't know if you think you're picking me up or, like, what is going on. But I'm not interested and I'm hungry. So,
Mate,
like,
I don't want your fucking whole sob life story. I just want fucking food. I didn't even want you to come with me. I don't know why.
Right? Like,
um.
he was following me like a sad little fucking lost
Yeah.
dog. And I was like, bro, I'm literally just going around the corner to get food and then I'm coming back. Like, it's no big
Yeah.
deal. I can walk the streets of Astoria by myself. I'm fine. Like,
Yeah. And I
it's so
remember
okay.
like it was weird because like he was like trying to dance with you like at the
Yeah.
pub, like, and not just like a normal, like friendly dance. It was more like, hey, touchy, touchy, really,
Yeah. And he was like full trying to talk to me too while we were at the jukebox. And we were like looking for like the Nut Bush or like
Yeah, the
Horses
Aussie
by Daryl
songs,
Break. Like,
yeah.
we were looking for Aussie stuff. and he came over and like started talking to me at the jukebox, and I was like, oh, I'm just looking for a song, like if you just give me a minute. And then he kept talking like over me. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
And I
I
was
do.
like, can you just give me a minute to like look and see if my song is here, and then I'll talk to you in a sec. Like just fucking take a ticket and take a seat, wait in line, will ya? Like fuck me. And then anyway, when we were walking and we were like going to get food, like I don't know if anyone knows, like from movies or whatever, like in New York, they have a lot of these houses that have like these little fences out the front.
Yeah, I know.
And he full like cornered me into like one of those little fences and then put his arms up and grabbed the fence like either side, so I was like stuck in like a little pen.
Ew.
And it was so fucking weird, so that I couldn't walk past. And the funny thing is, he was shorter than me. And look, gang, I'm not that tall, bro.
He was
What am I, like
sure.
5'1" at best? Maybe 5'3" in a pair of heels? Like, I'm not a tall girl. Anyway, so he's like shorter than me and or my height, and he's like got his arms up and he's like trying to corner me in the fucking thing. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, and he was like stuttering. He's like, I don't know. And I was like, have you ever done this before? And he's like, not really. And I was like, yeah, you picked the wrong fucking person.
Even a blind person could have fucking probably seen that you were not the right person.
And I literally looked him straight in the fucking eyes and I was like, if you don't move, I'm going to punch you in the throat. What was he thinking? Honestly. And he was just like, yeah, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so, bud. Like, move aside. I'm going to go get food. You can fucking go back to your grandma or whatever the fuck you were talking about. Like, he was very drunk, but still, the behavior was unacceptable.
Oh, of course.
And honestly, he nearly got his fucking head punched in by yours truly. So he's lucky. Honestly, in my opinion, I think he's very lucky. And I think he does still follow me on social media. So if you're listening to this podcast, fix your fucking attitude, you dirty little pervert.
What a fucking weirdo. He honestly
Real.
came across as a really nice guy. We met him, but then he got really drunk. It became really like super weird, and yeah, I don't know, man.
Like reverse Batman. Like he's a nice guy by day, rapist at night, you know?
Yeah. Like, oh, but look, there was so many interesting characters while we were in New York. Remember that, I don't know if you remember, but there was like that Australian guy, and we were so excited because like, oh, hey, another Aussie here, and he just kind of disappeared one night.
Yeah, I know exactly what night that was. It was the night of the birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
And birthday boy got that, that $50 bag of Coke. And I was like, it was $50. I was like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, I'll share it with the whole fucking bar. I don't give a fuck. So, like, everyone was like, hey, you want a bump? And he was like, oh, fuck yeah, I do. And then he had some 2 hours later. He was, like, off the fucking rails, like, crazy.
Oh,
And I was
God.
like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, oh, I was sober for 12 years and, like, this is my first time, like, getting drunk and taking drugs again. And I was like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, you should have said something. I would have not offered you. Wait, he was drinking anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was already drunk at that point. And I was like, why did you even come to a bar if you're 12 years sober?
I know.
And he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I thought I'd be all right, but I guess not. And I was like, yeah, clearly. You were fucking
Clearly.
smashing, doing bumps.
Yeah,
Like,
because
what?
he was, like I said, he was drinking all night, and I mean, if you're 12 years sober and you have restraint to go to a fucking bar and not drink, good fucking on you. But this guy, yeah, no.
Yeah, I guess he just decided that like, today's the day I get off the wagon. Who knows? I wonder where he is now.
Oh,
I
me
wonder if
too.
he's back on the wagon. Or if he's
We'll never
like
know.
really fucking done a number and he's in a ditch. Who knows?
Oh, who
I hope
knows?
he's okay. He was a nice guy.
He really was. But I
Hopefully
also
he made it back to
banged.
Canada, because he said he was living in Canada, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I think he did.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully he's home
he
safe.
said he hadn't been back to Australia in like 10 years. He'd been living
That's
in
right.
Canada.
Yeah, but he had a really strong Aussie accent. Like, damn.
Well, I assume it's hard to lose the Aussie accent.
Really? Anyway,
Well,
I also vaguely remember you arguing with some guy. I think it was when we first met up with our friend, though. I don't remember. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was. It was like at the beginning of that. Like it was the night we met up with him the first night. And
Mm.
um we were like we were already there. We went to meet him at a bar. He was already talking to some like random local guy at the bar. And he was like, "Oh, where are you?" The random person was like, "Oh, where are you guys staying?" And I was like, "Oh, we're just in Long Island City over in Queens." And he's like, no, that's not in Queens." And I was like,
That's right. Because he was like,
yeah,
oh, that's
it is.
ages away. That's hours away. And you were like, the fuck? We just got a subway, like, got here in 5 minutes, mate. What do you want about?
I was like, "It's 3 subway stops. What are you actually talking about?" And I was like, it's literally just in Queens." And he's like, "No, I've lived in New York my whole life. I know where Long Island is." And I was like, "No, not Long Island, Long Island City. It's just a suburb in Queens." And he's like, "No, you're not listening to me." And I was like, "You're not listening to me." Like, I think I had to bring it up on Google Maps and show
Hmm.
him where it was.
Yeah.
And in the end, he was like, "Oh, my bad. I've never even heard of that. Like, that's so weird, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Well, it's not that weird. Like, it's not far. Like, it's literally 5 minutes down the road. Anyway, whatever. I'm not always right, but I'm never fucking wrong. So,
Yeah, look, we ended up moving bars not long after that to a place that we actually quite liked a lot. Every time we'd go to Manhattan to pick up our friend and his dad, we'll stop at that bar because that's where him and his dad were always having their fucking breakfast drinks or whatever you the fuck you call it.
yeah, it was, like, right under their hotel. Like, it was
Mm.
like not the hotel bar, but it was, like, next door or something. Like,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. The bartenders there were really nice.
they were.
There was like 3 of them specifically that we really liked, and we ended up sending those girls, and also the guys at the Donkey.
Mm.
We ended up sending 2 like Australian care packages when we got home
Mm.
with like
Yeah.
Aussie treats and chocolates and Aussie snacks, and we just write like little cards and said like, "Thank
Yeah.
you for making our trip so much better." Because I think the ones at the junction ended up like, shouting us a bunch of drinks, like they took a
Yeah,
bunch of
they
drinks off
did.
our bill, and like they were just really nice
Yeah, they
in
really were.
general.
They were. All of them were, and like we mentioned before, we still have a couple of them on social media, and we're definitely going to stop by and say hello when we go again.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, look, I think that wraps up New York. I mean, I'm sure there's more stuff that we've forgotten about, and honestly, it was such a fucking whirlwind. Oh my god! Wait, no, the Color Factory, bro. How fucking fun was that?
Oh my god, yes, that was the best. Oh, if you're ever in New York, you have to go check out the Color Factory. It's so fun. I think it was like $20 or something for like a ticket or whatever. But it's like an interactive museum type
Mhm.
situation where you go and there's all these activities to do. It was actually really fucking fun, and I highly recommend going. It was something that we initially didn't have planned, but I'm really glad that we went. Oh, speaking of, funnily, do you know
Mm.
how we ended up going to the Color Factory?
How?
Remember we had we had tickets to a baseball game, and
That's
our
right.
tickets got cancelled and we couldn't get in touch with the ticket company.
Yes, that's right. Yes. We're gonna go to a baseball game because we brought the ticks. We brought the tickets. And then we went to log in, and it said they wouldn't let us download the tickets on the app. And I mean, that was fucking expensive. I mean, look, I don't really care all that much. Like, I don't really care about baseball. I don't watch baseball, but I want to watch it. But it didn't really matter. But yes, I do remember that's how we got into the Howler Factory.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I remember we went into a bar because we were like, "Oh well, fuck, we can't go to the baseball. Like our tickets aren't working. Like, let's just go sit at a bar, get a drink, and I'll try and figure it out on my phone." So we went and sat in this like random bar that was like near the baseball stadium, and there was that really fat guy, remember, and he was wearing the baseball jersey, and we're like, "Hey, we're
Yes,
supposed to go to that game, but they fucked our
yeah.
tickets up, and like now we're just sitting here watching it on TV." And he was telling us about his daughter, and his daughter works at some like ticketing place, not the same one that we got our tickets through, but
That's
a
right.
different one.
Yeah,
And she sells tickets for the Color Factory, and like if you're not doing anything today, and if you are a bit bummed out that you're not going to the baseball, maybe you should go do that. And
that's
that's how he ended
right.
up telling us about the Color Factory, and that's why we went and did it.
That's right. Because I don't think it was initially like a planned thing, but I forgot
Well, we
all
didn't
about
even know
that.
about it until he was like,
No.
"Hey, my daughter works for a ticketing place. Like, they fuck the ticket. Like, ticketing places fuck the tickets up all
Yeah.
the time, or they get corrupted, or whatever the fuck it was."
Mm. Oh my
Mm.
god, I forgot all about that. Okay, now time to wrap this up. Spare of the moment, everything just came back into our minds. New York was crazy. New York was fun, and I'll always go back to New York. I have so much time in my life to spend in New York. Next time in the States, even if it's just
Are
for
you
a weekend, like
English? Are you having a stroke right now?
fucking oath, I'm having a stroke right now. Can you tell? Blech. Or let me start again. Ignore that. No. New York was crazy. New York was fun. Now it's like I'm reading a fucking book. um. Okay. Okay. I always have time to go to New York. I'll make any time in my life to go see New York. There's just so much to do. I don't know
Yeah.
why that was
Look,
so hard.
I don't know why that was so hard either. Honestly, right now, I still don't even know what you're trying to say. But I kind of think I'm picking up what you're putting down. It is one
Cool.
of those places that I will continue to go to again and again.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're going again in July. It'll be like my 5th or 6th time in New York. It'll be your 2nd time in New York. I will always go back. I feel like you could spend the rest of your life in New York and still not see all of New York. Like,
Yeah.
there's not enough time to see it all. There's just so much.
Mm.
And
Now, if you thought our trip was over,
there is never enough. There's never enough time to see everything that New York has to offer, and if you get the opportunity to go there, I highly recommend you do.
exactly. Now, if you thought our trip was over and that was it, we're going home off to New York, you'd be very wrong.
Because it only gets crazier from here on out. So catch us in the next one. Hana fucking Lulu, bitch.
Bye.
Bye.